Hmm. Hmm. AOA podcast back for another episode. Frankie C in the house.
What's happening?
It's almost 2024. We're still talking about people connected with Jeffrey Epstein. The latest, RFK Jr.
There he is.
I am shocked.
Are you?
What was with the Harvard president's testimony? Did you see this clip?
I saw this, but two people. It was the president and I think another school. I forget, it was Penn or Penn.
Yeah, there was a couple.
And they had the easiest question in the world to answer, and they just kept screwing it up, or they kept answering honestly, which is terrible if that's their honest answer. But we'll go over that, I guess.
Very strange. GTA 6, the trailer released. The whole world stopped for a moment.
I have not seen it.
TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. That's the couple that got booted off of Good Morning America hour 4.5. Remember?
No.
Because they were having an affair. We got a little update.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of fun. Last episode, Frankie C, we talked about the Home Alone grocery bill that Kevin had and how it was, what it would cost today from inflation. A lot of people took issue with it, including Cuddles. She will join us because she feels that the numbers were fudged. She has a real update.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And of course, we have the list of 20 slang terms of 2023.
It's a big show.
It's a really big show. Good point.
Got a lot going on here.
There is. I don't know if we could have a bigger show. It wouldn't fit.
If Brian Sanders was a member for 20 months, that's the only way it could be a bigger show.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
Look at
goodness. That's unbelievable timing.
Way to go, Brian. Thank you.
Congratulations, Brian. And thank you very much. Very, very much.
Welcome, everyone.
Yes. Welcome, everybody, for the program. Thanks for the support. All the live peeps. Diane, Raven, Renee, Miss
Justice, Robin,
TD,
Bird, all of them.
Everybody's here. Love it.
Everybody.
RFK Jr., Jeffrey Epstein. A couple of amazing things about this. One is during this revelation that they had a relationship, he says, I've talked about the fact that I've flown on Jeffrey Epstein's plane before, which I never heard. And I feel like we've really kept our eye on the Epstein situation. So I don't know when that was admitted, but RFK is acting like he's admitted to flying on the plane on Jeffrey Epstein's Lolita Express once before. Now we're getting the revelation that, it was twice. Okay, how many times? If I give you another 6 months, how many more times is it going to be?
I feel like, I don't know how many private jets this guy has been on, but it's a memorable experience, I guess. Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
If you're on a private jet every other day, maybe not, but I don't know.
Which he might be. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. But the other interesting tidbit about this is he admits that his wife, I believe his first wife, maybe it was his second, I don't know, Larry David's wife. Larry David's wife from Curb is now his girlfriend, wife. I don't know if they're married or not.
Right.
Who is so hot. Very milfy.
Hell, what is her name?
Cheryl Hines?
There you go.
Okay. So not Cheryl Hines, but previous wife, his late ex-wife, Mary Richardson Kennedy. She committed suicide in 2012.
Oh.
He admits that she had a relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell.
Really?
That might explain the suicide. I don't want to jump to conclusions.
There's a lot to unpack there.
But
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, right? I mean, kind of all very strange.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Is that oops, I did a bad thing with Ghislaine Maxwell, feel so bad about it, I have to end my own life? Or is it one of those Clinton-style suicides that we've all become accustomed to?
It could be anything. Who knows? We don't know. 2012. How do we know?
We won't know. That's the point. We'll never know, Frank. But the intrigue continues. I also have to say the bravado to be like, I was on Epstein's plane twice. kind of fascinating to me because nobody else is admitting that, even though we know that there's like a ton more people and like a lot of Hollywood people.
Yeah.
Just to come out and be like, yeah, I was on the plane. Usually I like to give the benefit of the doubt to people that are like, hey, I was there, I was close to something, or here's this thing. Let me admit to you what happened so you know the truth from my mouth, right? That kind of thing. I like that normally.
Well, that's the angle he's going for here?
I guess so. I mean, what other
yeah, there's no other angle. It's either that or deny you've ever heard of the guy.
Right. But in this particular case, I just can't reward that sort of behavior.
I don't know. I mean, he says he was on the plane twice, but did he go to the island twice? Is that what that means? Or he was just on the plane?
So he says, I was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane 2 times.
Okay.
And he said, I was on it in 1993, and I was on it, and I went to Florida with my wife and 2 children to visit my mom over Easter.
Okay.
My wife, this is my favorite quote. This is my favorite quote of the whole piece. My wife had some kind of relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, and they offered us a ride to Palm Beach. Some kind of relationship.
So that's the whole, they had a relationship part. That's what he said about their relationship. That's all he said about their relationship?
Yeah, some kind of relationship. Now, you have a wife, right?
I do.
Is she really? I've never seen a marriage certificate. Just mentioning that, by the way.
It exists.
Okay. I'm going to take your word for it in this particular
instance. I've never seen yours. So, wait a minute. Yeah, I signed it. I think I signed it. Did I sign it?
Right. See? How many are you on Epstein's plane? Right?
Yeah. I have signed. Well, I've signed your. You didn't sign mine, but I've signed yours.
That's true.
I think I
did not.
Yours. I don't know.
I have news for you. I wrote Frank sucks on the back of you. I didn't sign it, but I wrote Frank sucks before they
so you did. In. So you did see it.
Well, I didn't see the front. I saw the back.
All right.
But anyway, your wife has friends?
Sure.
How many would you say? 5, 20, 75? Like, what's the range?
I don't know. A good, maybe 20.
20 is good. This is a good number.
Yeah.
Would you say comfortably, if I had you on the stand, would you say you know the nature of all 20 of those relationships?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No mystery there, right? No, like
there's no who's like why
Sally. Yeah. I never heard of Sally before. Who's Sally?
If I've never heard of them and I'm just hearing about it now, it's not a good relationship. They've seen each other once in their whole life, or whatever.
Right. So it's kind of weird if you're like, again, trying to get out there and in front of it, and then you go, they had some kind of relationship. It's like, either you know it or you don't.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I know a lot of people were awfully excited for his presidential candidacy. I feel like I've written him off before for something. I think he did something recently that upset me.
Is he out of it now? He dropped out? Is that gone? Is he done?
Well, he was never really in it. I mean, I assume he was going to be running as a Democrat, if anything. And, they have their candidate. I'm pretty sure they have their candidate.
Right. Yeah, no, he's a big conspiracy guy, too. And he's all nuts and ridiculous.
Which I like. I don't mind. I like a good conspiracy guy. I like him better as a podcast host than a president, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was going to say, not as a leader of the free world. I don't want a guy, the earth is flat, saying that here's our marriage certificate. Yes. And here's Frank sucks on the back. There it is. There it is. Weren't lying. How'd you do that?
I guess in hindsight, I shouldn't have signed it, Anthony.
Yeah, no, I showed it.
You know what I'm saying, Frank? I probably shouldn't have wrote Anthony underneath, but I was drunk at the time. What are you going to do?
That's official.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
I think I thought this is hilarious, and I don't want anybody else taking credit for it.
There it is. You bastard. How'd you pull that off?
What an assist from Aaron. That's a great
right.
It's a great little assist there.
Not bad, huh?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, I can't remember who I get mad at and who I throw out of my inner circle anymore, but I feel like he might have gotten tossed out. Anyway, my point is he is definitely out now. Like, I mean, there's no recovering from this. I can't abide by any Epstein friendship here.
Yeah, goodbye.
Which sucks because, again, let's play devil's advocate and say he really didn't do anything, and he was just like, who wouldn't turn down a free private jet from somebody,
Right. Yeah.
But before I'm ready to let him off the hook, is like, is this before we knew? Like, I got to know the timeline of when this really
Well,
was.
93. I don't know. That's what he said, right? What was the second one?
He didn't say.
Okay.
He said, I was on it in 93, and I was on it. I went to Florida with my wife over Easter.
Okay.
But he didn't
Wife
specify.
and kids. Kids were on the plane apparently too.
Yeah,
right?
wife and kids on the plane. Yeah. Like, how bad of a father must he feel like now?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty bad.
Sucks. Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Dad, you brought us on that fucking plane.
It was a free plane ride. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. That's what I'm saying. There's just no. You can't. I mean, Trump's gonna do it, but he's the only person that can.
Nothing sticks for some reason. He could be.
Yeah.
He's going to be in jail, and he's going to be the president of the. It's going to be terrible. He's going to be the first prisoner to be elected president.
No sexual harassment accusation, jail term,
Felony
conviction,
charges,
nothing can stop
insurrection. Doesn't matter. Nothing.
It doesn't.
What the fuck, man? Giving away top secret classified documents to whoever.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever, man. He's
Doesn't
our guy.
People think that there's like a, people think, oh, it can't get any worse than this. I feel like watch what he does in 2024. I feel like he's gonna really.
Did you hear what he said?
No.
About his day one, he was on some bullshit town hall meeting thing with Hannity.
Okay.
And Hannity asked him, people say you're gonna be like a dictator and you're not gonna be a dictator, right? And he goes, except for day one, I'll be a dictator day one. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm gonna close the border and I'm gonna start drilling. That's what I'm doing on day one. He goes,
close the border and start drilling.
Yeah, I don't know. He's out of his mind, but he said, I'm not gonna be a dictator just on day one. Just on day one. I don't know what that means, but he's a nut job.
You know who I do think is going to be very much president is that the people are going to get upset at me for this.
I'm already upset at you.
Is that Gavin Newsom?
I like him.
No, I knew you would.
He wiped the floor with fucking DeSantis.
We didn't really talk about it, but it was not really even close.
It didn't like he just everything DeSantis had. Newsom just went, yeah, here's all the facts on that, and you got nothing, pal. Maybe try doing your research before you talk to me.
I'm going to tell you the real reason why, though.
Okay.
And this might upset some conservatives, but it's the God's honest truth. He's a tall, good-looking dude. That's it. That's it. My whole basis.
Look at Trump. He's a fucking slug.
No, I'm not saying you have to be. I'm not saying you have to be good-looking to be president. I'm just saying the tall, good-looking dudes have a very big advantage.
I mean, it didn't hurt Kennedy, I guess.
It did not.
Back in the day.
It really did not.
When he was on TV. And
I think a lot of people are just going to be like, he's like, a lot of women are just going to be like, oh, he's cute.
You're really not giving enough credit to women.
I mean, I would vote for a chick just the same. Like, it's not necessarily women. It's humans. A lady.
Thank you. I vote for a chick with slam and knockers. I mean, come on.
Oh, am I right?
All right. But all right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like good-looking people rule the world. And again, I'm not into dudes, but I feel like the tall, pepper, hair, slicked back.
Man.
I think that's the look.
Have you taken a walk through DC? I mean, they're not. I mean, look at the people that.
I know they're mutants.
Ted Cruz.
I know.
Matt Gaetz.
But people found Obama very attractive.
Sure.
People found Bush very attractive, not just J. Sabs.
George W.
George W. Yeah, I don't think the first Bush they found very attractive. People said Clinton was very charismatic.
Sure. Reagan.
Reagan, very good looking. I feel like Reagan
Carter?
was like, I don't know about Carter.
Yeah.
That's a tougher one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
definitely not Nixon.
No, and I just think he looks very traditionally presidential, which we haven't really had. I mean, you could even make the argument that Obama wasn't traditionally presidential because because he was a minority. That it's not like that. Like, Bush, Trump was not. Biden, I guess, but I feel like he's aged out of traditionally presidential.
Right. Trump was a minority because he's a cheese doodle.
Right, correct.
He's a melted pumpkin. But no, I don't care what they look like. Just give me a good person, please. That's all I want.
Yeah, I think, the big knock against Newsom is, he's too left wing and his state's poor and falling apart. And have you seen Los Angeles and all the stuff you hear about him? I feel like he could just look in the camera and smile and overcome all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look at these pearly whites.
Yeah, and he really strongly believed in everything that he said. Again, I didn't watch that whole debate, but I did see a lot of the clips, and not just, I did look like a lot of the clips, even some of the clips where they were like, DeSantis outshined him here. I felt like he had a real conviction for what he was saying, whereas DeSantis gives off that vibe to me of like, what is the what's the poll on this? Because that's okay. Then that's how I feel about this. I feel like he's reaching a lot for poll numbers and what do they call those groups there? Focus groups. Like, what do we focus group on that? Oh, okay. I'll ban the trans book and we'll that'll get us more press and So I feel like that's more DeSantis's game than that Newsom.
He needs to stop. DeSantis, just bow out, please.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he's going to be president. I think he will be, but he's going to be the Democratic nominee at some point. I just don't know who else that party has.
I could see him doing it 2028. I could see him.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
He really should get a crack at it this time. I feel like somebody should.
Yeah, that would be
knock
good.
on Biden's door and be like, look at the tall, good-looking guy. Why don't we? Let me give that a run.
Maybe.
But the last point I wanted to make on this was something that he actually said, which I found really fascinating. They asked him about the debate Newsom, and he goes, "I'm not even running for president. I can't. My party has a nominee. He is. What the hell's he doing debating me? Like, if you're not intelligent enough to say no to a debate to me, then you don't deserve to be president." And I'm like, that's a pretty friggin' valid point.
So what is he doing there?
Who?
What were they debating for?
Because they started talking shit to each other, and Newsom kind of was like, "Well, why don't you debate?"
It was just a random debate. I'm not doing anything.
It was just a debate for debate's sake, yeah. And Fox was more than happy to do it because Trump will not, rightfully so. He's got a 30-point lead or whatever, 40, whatever he's got. He's like, I'm not showing up to any debates. So they can't. They need stuff. They have nothing. Like, could you?
It should be required. It should be if you're a potential nominee, you should be required to debate. And I don't think so. That's some bullshit. Why not? You should have to answer for what the stuff you're doing, or otherwise nobody's gonna, there's no challenging. I'm gonna challenge your shit. Why wouldn't there be? Yeah, it might hurt him, but it might even the playing field. It should be required that if you're going to be the front runner, you should have your stuff questioned, and you should have to answer some questions. I don't care what side you're on.
Well, if they go in front of media, they can get questioned. I just think if you have a massive lead, you
don't need to, absolutely, but you should have to. You should be like, well, we still want to hear from you.
This is the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. Aaron, can you do a bottom 5 for us dyslexic people?
That'd be good. We could try that.
That might be good. That might be good.
All right, what's going on with Harvard?
Okay.
I remember this. This was absurd and ridiculous. I can't even imagine. And I don't remember the woman's name, but she gave them every chance. She kept harping on this. It was I forget what the purpose of the session was, exactly what the overall purpose was. But I saw the clip where, was it a congresswoman or senator? I forget her. I don't remember who the woman was asking the questions.
She was a hottie, though. I would have taken her home. I'll tell you that right now.
All right. Well,
It's right down the old wheelhouse, man. Brunette, mom.
She could be president one day.
Shoulder pads. I mean, come on. There's nothing that's a bigger turn on.
Right. Well, anyway.
Just looking at her outfit, I'm like, well, you went to TJ Maxx a couple days ago, didn't you? You dirty girl, you.
Dick.
Not appropriate, Frank. Come on. Focus up, buddy.
That's ridiculous. All right.
Get
so
on
she's asking.
Why you let me cut in so much? It's your fault.
Well, can I have my time back, please? I'm requesting my time back, please.
Reclaim your time.
Reclaim my time.
It was Miss Stefanik.
Stefanik. Is she what? What is she? A senator? What is she?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, she was asking the Harvard president, and I believe either Penn State or University of Penn. I'm not sure which one. Both presidents. This question of, do you consider when someone says that they want to a genocide, when someone calls for the genocide of the Jewish people, is that bullying, or is that hate? What was the phrase she said? Was that?
Yeah. Do you want to hear it? I got it.
Oh, you have it. I don't know what the hell you're making me fucking recite it like off the top of my head.
I was struggling to get it. You were buying me some time.
I was buying you time. All right. Well, she said it. Here we go.
Dr. Gay, at Harvard, does calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
It can be, depending on the context.
What was the right answer, Frank?
The rest is the right answer is absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely yes. 100% without a doubt. What is the next question? That is the right answer every time.
The answer is, you didn't even have to say of Jews. Calling for the genocide, end of sentence. Yes, that is harassment.
Call for genocide. That's a problem. That's bullying. That's what the fuck more do you need to hear?
When you get to in genocide, yes, that's the
There's only one answer. There's one answer to give, and they got it wrong both times. A million times. I don't know. She asked her. She says, "I'm gonna give you another chance. I'm gonna give you
a minute more left in this clip." Yeah. Do you want me to play the rest?
There's so much more. Yeah, please.
What's the context?
Targeted as an individual. Targeted at an individual.
It's targeted at Jewish students, Jewish individuals. Do you understand your testimony is dehumanizing them? Do you understand that dehumanization is part of anti-Semitism? I will ask you one more time.
She put her hand up like this when she said that.
That guy's
so fucking hot. So hot. So hot, Frank.
Calling for the genocide of Jews violate Harvard's rules of bullying and harassment? Yes or no?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric.
And is it anti-Semitic rhetoric?
Anti-Semitic rhetoric, when it crosses into conduct that amounts to bullying, harassment, intimidation, that is actionable conduct, and we do take action.
So the answer is yes. Calling for the genocide of Jews violate.
So she almost gets there. She almost gets there.
She's close.
And then Stefanik goes, okay, so.
Harvard Code of Conduct, correct.
Again, it depends on the context.
It does not depend on the context. The answer is yes, and this is why you should resign. These are unacceptable answers across the board.
What am I, like, I don't understand. I understand she's not committing to the answer for some, and something about an individual. What am I missing about that?
I don't know. There's literally there's no other answer to give in that situation. There's no other answer to give. I don't get it.
Wait, does Paul have it? Calling for the genocide of anyone is unfortunate, but it is free speech. Yeah, well, look, yeah, but listen, And
if you
this is
think all
nobody's
speech
taking-
is free, then that's the problem, because that's not
No,
that's
listen.
not exactly what free speech means. If you yell
No, I
bomb
see.
on an airplane, you're going to get arrested. That's the problem.
Correct. But I see what Paul is saying. You can say it.
You could say
But
anything, but there's
there's
there's consequences.
consequences.
You could say
Yeah.
literally anything, but some things that you say can get you in trouble.
Right.
Like
And-
calling for
and
the genocide of people is
she's not
going to get you in
asking-
trouble.
Right. She's not asking, can you say there should be a genocide in Harvard? That answer would be, yeah, of course, you can say anything, right? She's saying, is it against the code of conduct? Blah, 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 so on and so forth. Like, so that's, I don't understand why. She made a point to say that they, whatever she said in the middle, I even forgot already, but she got it in the middle. You know, we're protecting our Jewish students and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And, you know, prior to this clip, which this is the clip that's ripping through the internet. But if you listen to the beginning of her testimony, which I did earlier, she does say she's trying to protect her Jewish students. And she doesn't believe in anti-Semitism. So she's saying all the things in the beginning. Don't know why the hang up here.
Yeah, I don't get it, because I mean, it's a university, it's your grounds, and you make the rules, and it should be pretty simple that anything like that should be taken seriously. It's not only is it disgusting, but it's could be a threat. It could be, it's terrible. Anything like that comes out of someone's mouth, then yeah, there should be there should be something. There should be punitive measures taken by the school. Like, hey, we don't look kindly to anti-Semitism on on these grounds. So you can't. There's consequences to. Yeah, you could say it, but then we could also kick you out of the school, or we could report you, whatever the consequences are to that. That's hate speech. We could. I'm sure there's probably legal action that could be taken. Someone starts saying something like that. There's all kinds of actions that can and should be taken. So I don't understand the hang up. All she had to do was say yes. That goes against our code of conduct. You can't, the same way you can't yell fire in a movie theater or a crowded stadium or something. You just, there's certain things you can't say. You can't threaten someone's life. That goes against, you're going to get, something's going to happen to you in that case.
It feels like me. I'm not great at tests, but I feel like I would have passed this one.
That's a softball.
Yeah,
that is a big softball. That's a swing. That's a swing for the fences kind of easy one.
There is and I don't want to get into this too much, but because there's another thing at like UPenn today. There was like a whole thing about. Well, here's the headline. I'll read the headline to you. UPenn students' disturbing dossier exposes sickening anti-Semitism that left campus in fear. Quote, the Jews are Nazis. They, like the student direct, like the campus maps and directories and stuff like that. Yeah. They spray painted that Free Palestine. There was students had a demonstration that left some Jewish students feeling like a target, like intimidated. They had a big demonstration that, like Free Palestine and, all this kind of stuff. And I guess my point is I wonder why this is like ripping through the universities a lot, because I feel like Harvard, Penn, what's the other one in New York? There's a bunch of them. Was it
Cornell?
Yeah, maybe it was Cornell.
I'm just thinking, what Ivy Leagues?
What's the one? Columbia,
NYU, Columbia.
I think it was Columbia that had a. I don't. For some reason, the young people really seem to be gripping onto this, and MIT. I think Rhoda at MIT. I think MIT had a thing. I wonder why. Again, I have a, I said my feeling on this. Again, don't want to really repeat it, but I think most people logically are just rooting for these two different types of people to get along,
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't necessarily understand the rage and going past that.
Yeah,
I
don't
get,
understand the killing and the
yeah, I get but like I get if you're a pro-Palestinian, right, and you're very passionate, you don't want those people to be tarnished in any way. You're gonna be passionate. You're gonna run your Free Palestine stuff all around. To spray paint it and I don't understand the protest aspect of it, Frank. I guess is what I'm saying, because no matter what you do, like, I guess my point is Israel and Palestine don't give a shit what you're doing on the campus of UPenn. So
your point is protesting has to have a who are you trying to reach?
Correct. And if you're going to, I'm not ridiculing anybody's feeling on this, right? I have my own. If somebody feels a little bit more towards Palestine than Israel, fine. Okay. Like again, I feel like 99% of people, call me naive here if you want, just go, I wish they could figure out how to coexist together in that area,
Right.
But if somebody's like, what's happening to the Palestinians in Gaza is not really fair. Okay, fine. But when you take to campus and you do all these kinds of things, are they really thinking that they're going to influence what's happened over there? Or are they thinking we are going to scare some of the people around our neck of the woods over here?
It might be that. It might be let's get some more people on our side kind of a thing. And I don't know. It's I understand the defensive protesting. I don't understand the, like the, hey, we're just trying to be, live in peace. What we want is peace. That's fine. But it's like when you're protesting and you want more tax or something, or you want to take over, it's like, all right, then now, I don't know. I just don't get the animosity and the violence that that's going on. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Again, if you want to, look, you want to protest taxes, you want to protest school, whatever, this or that. Okay, you're in America, you could do it. Again, I just don't know. I'm fascinated by the amount of people that are pushing pro-Palestine and taking to the streets, and like I don't know where you think that's going.
Yeah,
Again, I don't think that every pro-Palestine person is anti-Semitic. I feel like most people feel that way.
Yeah. Who are you trying to reach is the point. Like, what are you trying to?
But, right.
Because you think the people in Palestine are going to go, oh well, people in that school in America are kind of back.
Right.
I don't.
But it seems to be now. Again, I don't know if I'm just catching some media bias here because it's a story. But I feel like every day I ignore and don't put this story on the podcast of so-and-so school has pro-Palestinian march and clashes with, pro-Israel students and blah, blah, blah. And Israel students feel fear and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of strange how, and again, is this just the loud minority that's making all the waves, getting the media attention? It just feels like it's catching a wave with our college students. And I don't really...
I don't know.
Get
I
it.
don't get it. Nope.
Yeah.
Don't get it either. But again, the easy answer was yes to the questions posed. The question posed to the Harvard and Penn.
What was your question again? I'm just fucking around. Yes, it was yes. I'm fucking
yes.
kidding.
It's 100% yes.
You were gonna repeat it too, weren't you? Nah,
Yes. You only one shot. I got one shot at this question. Boom, out of the park. Next question, please.
Next topic, please.
GTA 6. Now, I haven't seen this trailer, but apparently it's crazy good. I mean, what's all the hubbub?
Couple of hubbub things here. One, I guess, okay, the thing that's really taken the world by storm is it's staged. They've taken all of Floridian behavior.
Okay.
Because I guess the game is set in Florida.
Okay.
And
I thought it was a fictional city. Didn't they make up that shit?
Usually, yeah, it is, but it's usually like painfully obvious where it is.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Like they won't say Florida or Miami, but
Yeah, it's okay.
It's there.
Got it.
So they've taken all those instances of like when you search Florida Man and like some crazy story
it's all in
comes
there.
up, everything is in there.
That's pretty funny.
And they've like put it in the like some people have taken it and taken the trailer and put it side by side with the actual news stories.
I saw a couple of those images. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Like alligator.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, I saw that.
A cop pulling an alligator out of a pool,
Yeah.
a guy watering his grass naked, the crazy old lady like threatening people. Like it's all like straight up ripped from the headlines.
I mean, I'm sure there's a storyline for each of these games. I imagine. I haven't played Grand Theft Auto, I think, since the first one, but there's a storyline, I'm sure, and I'm sure all these things either have to do with the story or are just random shit you see as you're going through.
I think it's just I don't know if it's in this. Yeah, it's hard to tell from the trailer.
Okay.
It's really hard to tell from the trailer.
So that's the big thing. I mean, and also the graphics are insane, right? They look really.
The graphics look ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I don't even remember. I don't even know. I played Grand Theft Auto in my younger days. I don't know if it was 1, 2, 4. I don't know which one it was.
Right.
But I've played it. And I've never really had a desire to play it again. In fact, I had this thought a couple of years ago of, boy, I wasted a lot of time on that stupid game. Just doing nothing. Like, how stupid. And then I saw this trailer and I was like, I'm not going to lie, that looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it did look, you just drive it around. I like open world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Two of my favorite games growing up. One was called Shadows of the Empire. It's no surprise here. It's a Star Wars game. But it's kind of off. It doesn't go along with the story. It's like an offshoot game. It doesn't go along with the movies. It's outside of it. But it has some of the same characters. But it was an open world. You can go almost anywhere, and you mess around with anything, kind of thing. That was one of them, and the other one, which I don't know if it flew under the radar for a lot of people, Spider-Man 2, not 1, not 3, 2.
2?
Because it takes place in Manhattan, and you can go literally anywhere, anytime in Manhattan. You could see, you could go to Madison Square Garden, you go to Central Park, you can go to it was just fun. If you're not going to play the storyline, you just swing around the city. And it was just so cool. The graphics were cool. You go to Times Square, you can go to this museum, and there's all these little stores you can go in. And it was an open world. You can do anything and go anywhere. You go to the top of the Empire State Building. You can go from the the northern tip to the southern tip, and now, from what I understand, the newer one, I'm not sure if they redid everything and what number Spider-Man they're up to in terms of games. But the new one, you can go into Queens and Brooklyn and all these different boroughs and all over New York. So, and the graphics are insane. So it looks like you're in the, it looks very real, which is pretty cool.
What is it about humans that we live in a place, we see it, we can go there. But if we put it in a video game, you go,
it's easier, man.
Oh, I gotta see what that looks like.
Yeah,
like we need to verify its authenticity for some reason.
Because you can go there without any fuss of going there.
I guess so.
Imagine, if I wanted to go to Times Square, I could either take an hour and go on the train and bust my ass getting into the city and pay whatever money and walk through a crowd, or I could turn on a video game and be there in 2 seconds.
But there's something too about you go in there and you go, that billboard is actually on the building next to it. We need
There's
to
a little of that.
Show off our knowledge of the area somehow.
That's kind of true. And I don't know if people who don't live in New York found that game to be as much fun as I did, because I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I know that street and this thing. And that.
Right.
You can go on the Queensboro Bridge and this is so cool. But people who don't know, Times Square from Central, they don't know. Maybe they don't live in the area, whatever. But it's just a lot of fun. Growing up, I always thought there would be a game that they would maybe, like Google Maps or Google Earth or something, could come up with a game, like they partner up with a game, and you could go anywhere on the planet and be like street view and be anywhere.
That would be fun.
You know what I mean? Like you could be in your neighborhood, or you can go to Italy and be on the streets there, and but it looks real, and you can go inside stores and stuff. That would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun. I would love that. I always found, like you said, in those games, the storylines, I lost interest in that shit. I just want to do that stuff.
Yeah. Another part of the Spider-Man, like you said, like doing stuff, they would have hidden things all around the city. Like for this thing, it would be like collect all 100 tokens. And you have to go to every spot where they hit a token. And there were like, I don't know how many of them there were, 100, 200. And you have to find all of them there. It's like in a warehouse on the South Street Seaport, or it's in the, the docks on the west side, or wherever it was. And you have to just go everywhere and just find them. There's a lot of cool stuff. And then every now and then you answer someone's cry for help, and you beat up a mugger, and it's cool stuff.
I feel like one of the Grand Theft Autos was in New York, because I feel like I used to go to the JFK airport.
That's funny.
Right? I mean, I think one of them was
I don't know that one.
I think one of them was based in New York, because I remember there was like a Statue of Liberty maybe, or just going to the oh, here, look, TD Freelancer. GTA 4 was based on New York City. It was called Liberty City. Yes.
Okay. Now, was it loosely based, or did it look like Manhattan? Or?
I don't remember. I just have this vague recollection of going to JFK Airport.
That's funny.
Which is kind of strange.
How long ago was that? Because they're only up to Grand Theft Auto 6.
Okay, well, here's an interesting tidbit about this. As of August, GTA 5 has been the highest selling game ever, selling 185 million units worldwide since its initial release in 2013.
Wow. 10 years ago.
Been 10 years.
That's insane. They haven't come up with a new one in 10 years. That's why this is such a huge deal. It's been 10 years since the old one.
Yeah.
That's good.
And if you figure in consoles and PC versions, that goes to 405 million units of Grand Theft Auto.
Wow.
Craziness.
That's a lot.
Here's the other reason why people are losing their minds on this. The trailer comes out, and at the end it goes, coming 2025.
Oh.
So it's not even like it'll be out for Christmas.
It'll be out for 2 Christmases from now.
Yeah, or it'll be out for summer. We have to wait an entire 2 years practically.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks big time.
What's
I
the
get
hold
it.
up? Let's go.
It's such a huge game, I kind of understand it.
No, I get it. If it takes that much to make it.
Here's what makes the AOA podcast different from all the other ones that are pre-recorded. You fucking break.
It's not just our senses of humor.
We got your live comments right here. Bird, I love GTA. I've been playing since the second one. I kind of miss the older ones. I must have played 4 then. I don't think I played 5. 2013. No.
I think I played 1, maybe 2, but I don't remember which one I played.
Those were all the rage though back in the day. I'm with you. I like I can't comment because I've never seen 5, but I got to be honest with you. Looking at this one, I'm kind of like, I might pick that up. I might.
Do you have the system?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good.
What is it? Is it on everything, or is it just on like Xbox or PlayStation?
I would assume. Yeah, I would assume. I don't have. So for people who don't know, I have PlayStation 4. I think PlayStation 5 is out.
Right.
And I own one video game, and it's a hockey video game. That's it. Every year I get the new hockey video game, and I will just mindlessly just play hockey. Like when I need to.
And you can buy them online, right? You can just download the game.
You can. I don't. I still go to the store.
Yeah, you just buy them. All right.
Every year I go to the stupid GameStop, and I bring my old game. Every year the game is $60 or $70, whatever it is, and every year they go, we can give you $4.50 for this, and I go, okay, fine, and I get my $4 back.
Isn't that sad?
Buy the new one, and then every year they're like, do you want to sign up for the points? I go, no. I come here once a year. I don't need to sign up for the points.
You got to hold on to those games for 20 years. They'll be nostalgic, and then you could sell them for like $150.
Yeah. Now
because all those games now, and the games we used to have growing up are now worth, they're all nostalgia games. Everybody buys them because They want to relive their childhood.
It's true. People go for like the rare Nintendo games. Like
Yeah.
they go for crazy amounts of money.
That's what I'm saying. It comes back.
Those old school Nintendo games. I saw a video where somebody goes, you know that you didn't need to push the Nintendo game down. All you had to do was put it in.
Incorrect.
You think they're lying?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when you pushed it up, it would not work.
It would not work. I think you're right about that.
I think you had to push it down. There was like a connection made, a spring. I don't know what it was, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like as a kid, I was experienced enough with that freaking thing, that Nintendo. That remember when it wouldn't work and you try a million things, you blow in it, you bang against the wall. My brother, holy cow, my brother once threw the thing across the room, put a hole in the wall because he lost his temper with a game. It was so funny. We were kids. We were like 10 years old, whatever, and he just fucking launched it.
That's our first. It's the first crack of frustration is getting those games to work.
Yeah.
You know what always worked for me?
Mm.
The blowing worked, but then you put it in, but not all the way in. Like I would put it so that when I pushed it down, it would grind against the lip of the thing.
Yeah.
And like snap into place. That worked for me for some. We all developed our own little theories and systems on how to get it to work.
Did you ever try water?
No.
Can you put water, like just clean it out somehow?
Somebody said that when you blew on it, it would be the spit actually, because kids would just, and you're blowing, put little spittles.
Yeah, it's not dust. You're cleaning whatever. I don't know.
I read that one time that was actually the thing that would help connect it. That blowing did nothing. It wasn't blowing dust off. It was actually getting your saliva.
We should have spit in our games.
They said, but I wouldn't risk that. I wouldn't do that at all.
So there's a game out. That came out a bunch, maybe 3-4 years ago. It's called No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, I think. 3 words. No Man's Sky. And it's another open world game, but it's an open universe game. In other words, it's a game that has this algorithm in it where you're in a spaceship and the objective is exploration and whatever. There's really no story to the game, but you can go from planet to planet and you can cross galaxies and it keeps going. In other words, there's no end to the there's no like wall that you could hit. You just keep discovering newer and newer planets because the algorithm just keeps creating newer things. And you land on a random planet, and chances are that planet has not been discovered or landed on by anybody else playing the game because that's how many there are.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and every planet has something different going on. There's animals, there's water, you can get out and search each planet, you can collect things. Then you happen to show up at a different planet and there's a war going on, between two species or whatever it is. And you could either get into the war or you could get the hell out of there. And it's a cool, I watched there's some gameplay available like on YouTube, No Man's Sky. It looks pretty cool. And this was a few years ago. So I'm sure by now they've got a new version or whatever it is because it looked really cool back then.
Paul with a great question. Again, we can take your questions live better than other podcasts. Isn't that the metaverse? The metaverse is, I don't know what games are on there, but could you imagine if they put Grand Theft Auto that you're walking around and...
Well, I could think of one part that might be a little...
You're just in your living room, just
swinging at people and you pick up a prostitute maybe. I don't know. Honey, what are you doing?
What are you doing? Nothing.
I'm playing a game. Get out. Close the door. That's ridiculous. I don't know how that would... Yeah.
Just humping away. What are you doing?
What are you doing? I'm rebuilding my energy. Leave me alone. I can't.
Oh, shit. No, some of those, again, the thing that our cop buddy, his brother, remember I told you I went by his house and I think we even put it online.
Yeah, that's right.
We did it. It was so realistic, but that was just like walking around a building and flying around in the air. I can't imagine if you start to like bring in some of these things.
Yeah, there are some games that, there are games where you put on the headset and you have gloves and whatever. And like there's a Star Wars game where you have a lightsaber and you're fighting Darth Vader and shit.
Yeah.
But once they get more developed, these games, I'm sure it'll be like like so insanely real. But again, we're not there yet. I don't think.
Can I get GTA 6 on my Atari? Says Brian. Maybe. Maybe you could try.
Are you using the roll controller or the joystick?
TD Freelancer says PC, Xbox, PS4, PS5, GTA 5. Okay, is that what GTA 5? Does anybody know what GTA 6 is going to be on? Because that would be helpful.
You know what I just found out yesterday that really pisses me off? PlayStation is going to wipe out everybody's saved shit as they get their, if you get a new version or so. I forget exactly how they're doing it, but apparently PlayStation is erasing purchased TV shows. Okay. So yeah, if you've purchased TV shows through PlayStation, it is deleting it with no refunds. I don't know exactly why. By the end of the year, if you purchase content, you will no longer be able to use it. It'll be removed from your library. It doesn't say why. Let's see. Due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers.
That's bullshit.
This is the statement PlayStation put out. As of 31 December 2023, due to our content licensing arrangements with content providers, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Discovery content. Discovery's in caps, so I guess Discovery Discovery content, and the content will be removed from your video library. We sincerely thank you for your continued support. Thank you, PlayStation Store. That is terrible.
That's bullshit. Because that's why you purchase it.
Yeah, because now it's yours.
It's yours.
You should at least be able. They should send you something, download it to a hard. Something you can take it off of there maybe before they get rid of it.
Do you know what purchase means? Yes, I do. I don't think you do.
If you did, I'd have all my shit.
I have all my movies. You know how to sell the movies. You just
don't know how to keep the movies there. And that's really the most important part. Anybody could just sell it.
You know who's doing that too is Google. Google is doing something where if you haven't used an email address from them in like 2 years or something, they're deleting it. And you have till like the end of the year to like send an email out or activate it or do whatever. But if you don't,
that's that bad. If you don't use it, what's the big deal?
Well, they're saying, here's what bothers me.
Unless you have shit saved or whatever from it. Yeah,
they're saying it's a security liability because if somebody hacks into one of those, an old email that you don't use anymore, they might be able to get into your regular email or, same passwords and all that kind of stuff. I just think they're running out of fucking space, and they're like, we got to clear some of this shit out.
That's possible. There's a lot of dead emails out there, I'm sure too. I'm sure there are a lot of subscribing, people that send out newsletters and shit to subscribers that you get, because then you could tell which ones get bounced back after a certain time. Those are dead emails that exist and nobody uses.
But you have this is no good. You have okay. You have
JSABS is here, everybody.
We all have that email address that we don't send anything from, but we sign up for all the newsletters and coupons and all that stuff.
But if you log in, then that's using the email, right? You don't want to send.
I think they were like saying you have to send an email from it for it to be active, which is kind of bullshit. How many emails do you have, Frank?
What in my inbox?
No, how many email addresses do you have?
Like 2 or 3, maybe 3. I might have a couple more that I maybe just created in hopes of using, but I never used. Like there was one time I created a one where I was doing. Remember that show? What the hell was it called? Or the Trading Wars, I think it was called, where people would get something, put it on Craigslist, and see if they could trade up.
Yeah.
Okay. I had an email address for that. I haven't used that in years. I tried doing, I tried trading some stuff. I never.
Well, if it's a Gmail, it's going.
Fine. I haven't used it in forever.
Janine, how many emails do you have?
Okay. So I have my personal one, but then I also, it's part of like for Star Legacy. So I don't know if you consider that one mine.
Yeah, if it's under your
name.
Yes. So just 2, but I hardly use that one.
Really?
Do you use it at least once a year?
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. I actually have 3 because I made one up for when I first created my first walk that I did for Diana.
So how many?
I haven't used that one in a long time.
Okay, so that Google is saying if you haven't used the email address in 2 years,
Yeah.
they're deleting it. So
It's
heads up.
bullshit.
Comment below. I want to know how many emails, because I feel I'm starting to get self-conscious because I have 6. So you're
right,
saying
well-
2. How many did you say? 3?
I think I have 2 that I actively use, but maybe there's a third one, a third or fourth. There might be 3. It's 3 or 4. I don't use them though. The other
Okay.
2.
Renee
2
has
I actively use. 2 I don't. I created and don't use.
I feel better now. TD Freelancer has 4. How about this Bird? I have 1 email. Am I a freak of nature? Yes.
Yes.
How do you live on 1 email? What? I couldn't. There's no way.
Yeah, well, everything goes.
I'll tell
to
you
one
what
thing.
Bird
That's
doesn't
probably
do.
a lot easier. That's a lot easier. Good for you, Bird.
Maybe. But I'll tell you what Bird doesn't do. It sounds like Bird doesn't sign up for a credit card just to get the free squishy ball thing. It sounds like she doesn't do that.
But you don't change one number on your address to get that squishy ball.
Yeah, I got a couple of squishy ball email addresses. Like, I'm going to sign up for this fucking credit card right here. Get this thing.
I signed up for a credit card. The only reason I did was to get we were at a Met game. I think you may have been there.
Mm.
Went to a Met game in the year like 2000 or 2001 or something, and I signed up for a credit card just to get the glove, and it's the same credit card I've had. That's the only.
You still have
I still have that credit card.
Oh my God. I was laughing at that 11 years ago. I can't believe you
I still have it. You have any idea the points I've got? I have that card for like 20 years.
I think you got that card before credit cards had points. That's how freaking long you've had that card.
It
for.
might be the first credit card ever.
Really?
No.
That's utterly insane.
It was my first credit card ever.
That's really crazy. All right, Frankie. See, Janine is here, which reminds me of
Oh God.
sleeping with old men, which reminds me that I should tell you, you can save 20% off on the merch store right now using the promo code Old Men when you check
Merch
out.
it up.
Oh, I
Merch
like
it up,
that.
people.
20% off everything. Doesn't matter.
Is
You
it-
get one thing, you get 40 things. 20% off the whole damn thing.
That's pretty good. Now, is it one word? Old men is one word, or is there a space?
One word, no space. Old men.
No space.
One word.
Old men.
Yep.
Like Gary Oldman.
Exactly. Like there's no space between
Shorter,
Janine
right?
and her old men.
Oh.
Save 20% right now.
Do it.
Quickly, before we get into let me do this. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach. That's the 2 that were married to other people, hosting the 3rd hour of Good Morning America. They started banging each other. It became this whole big controversy. Like, oh, are they sleeping together? Then they were like running a marathon together. Then they got outed because somebody snapped a picture of them making out and all this kind of jazz. They get fired, right? That was the whole story. So now they come out with a podcast. Of course, another fucking podcast is what we need. So it's the TJ Holmes and Amy Robach podcast because now they're both getting divorced, right? So they're living together. They blow up their families, all that jazz. Come out with a podcast. The day the first episode airs, the day, Page 6 breaks the story that their exes are
I
now
know.
dating each
love
other.
it. Can I just tell you
Wow.
something? I'm so excited about this. I am so fucking excited about this.
Are you?
I don't know why I love this idea.
It's going to be a weird Thanksgiving
Right.
or Christmas.
I want to know something though. Have you known anyone, like, has this happened to anyone that you've known?
That they break up. Wait a minute.
Oh,
That
that the exes get together?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I want
I'm
to say
sure I
no,
do.
but can
I'm
I
sure
also
I do.
say it's early yet? I feel like I got more breakups in my future.
2 out of 2 out of the 3 of my dad's ex-wives are now like best friends. Does that count?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird situation, Frank. I don't know how, like, that's, To
They're very,
me,
no bad blood. It's all good.
that is funny,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it is. It is. It is, but it isn't, because it's like they've bonded over. Isn't he such a piece of shit? Like they have a common ground
Hey.
of like, what I hated about him, this, and the other one is like, oh, I hated that too.
Yeah. What about this? Yeah, that sucked too.
Should we go get a sandwich? Yeah, let's go get a fucking sandwich. Talk
They're
about
like
this.
best friends. They go out every weekend. They hang out.
Yeah, I kind of get it. It's like war buddies. Everybody who served in Vietnam, they get together, talk about old times.
What it is.
I get it.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah. I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure somewhere a couple of my ex-girlfriends are probably, talking about what a fucking awful experience it was.
Yeah, they have PTSD.
So your answer is no, but again, I say it's early. Do you have anybody, Janine?
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What?
People.
I'm trying to think.
I'm sure
I do. Hello, you know me. I'm sure
I know you know
I
everybody.
do.
Yeah, you got to go through the Rolodex in your mind. Do people know what Rolodexes are anymore?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. But people close to Amy Robach said that she lost her shit and she was so pissed off, and she was like, they did this on purpose. And it's like, yeah, obviously.
No, there was an accident.
Yeah.
Like they're dating on accident.
You were the one who cheated. You fucking deserve all of this and more.
I see what she's saying. Like they just did it just to get back at them. I don't know about that.
Look at Dr. Dex.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that too.
I think so, though, because like, why else would it? Where's Dr. Dex? No. Happened to me. My girlfriend cheated with my friend. Then I hooked up with his wife. Hey, good for you, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Dr. Dex. See the doctor. Call him in the morning.
You plant that flag, big man. That's what I'm talking about.
See, I feel like that's a guy thing. I feel like that's like, okay.
There's two women in that situation, right?
No, but I think he was like, my girlfriend cheated on me with my friend. Yeah. So he's probably like, I'm going to fuck his wife. I bet you he says, yeah, I did it on purpose. Let's see.
Hey,
just to bother him.
Thank you, Onion, for being a member for 20 months. Appreciate it.
You didn't fuck your ex-girlfriend's or ex-girlfriend's husband. I don't know. I'm confused now. He didn't do what Dr. Dex did, but still worthy of applause, Onion. Good job for 20 months. Appreciate that.
That is
20
awesome.
month members. That's huge for us. Thank you. I feel too, okay, there is always this moment. I do hear this a lot in stories. If somebody is cheated on, because sometimes there's confirmation, right? So if you're like, oh, my wife or my husband's cheating on me, I have to find the other person's spouse and confirm it. So there's usually most of the time a conversation there. There's going to be a lot of talking, and there's going to be a lot of shared misery. I wonder how many times in that scenario it comes up of like, oh, should we fuck? I feel like a lot more than you would think.
There's because there's a bonding that goes,
there's a mutual sadness, maybe a mutual shock.
Comfort each other. It's like, oh, you're going through the same thing I'm going through.
Right.
That's the whole
thing. I think it's, when people have things in common, this, that, and then, that's it. One thing leads to another. His dick falls in her. There you go.
Because it's weird to say, if you're in that scenario and you've been cheated on, yes, you have something in common with other people who've been cheated on, but I feel like there's nobody else as close to you as the other spouse.
Right.
They are the
exact situation.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you. You said it better than I could. That's the exact situation.
Just get to the fucking point is my point.
Yeah. So the point, Frank, is if you're going to exact revengeance on that piece of shit that cheated on you by banging their new person's old person, do it on the day they release their first podcast episode. That's the point. Because that's where you're going to get maximum value.
I guess they had their topic set for that first podcast.
Well, no, they put it out, and everybody, and then the story of the other people got higher. Got more play.
Robin, member for 20 months. I missed out on the payback sex. You missed out on the payback sex.
That's the best kind. Yeah. So good for
Fugitive
them.
sex, Jerry. Fugitive sex.
Yeah, good for them. All right, Frankie C. And J Sabs.
We're going over the Home Alone grocery bill.
We're gonna go along the Home Alone grocery bill. You get Cuddles on here. While I do that, somebody asked me. We did the thank yous over Thanksgiving. Remember, we put that thing out. We want to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll send a little something over. So while we're waiting for Cuddles, we got. I'll give you part of it. We got these really fun little stickers. I won't show the exact sticker. Some of the members saw the sticker already. Stickers on the other side, obviously. So we got some of these fun little stickers to send out. And then we went out and bought this other nice little thank you thing from the show. I'll show you guys after because I want it to be a surprise for the listeners. And we get it. The whole order is fucked up. We got like 100 of these things. Every one of them is fucking unusable.
Why? What happened?
When they made it, it's hard to explain, but you have to like get it made, this thing that we got done, and then there was like a template, and so they included part of the template into the final design, and that's what they sent us. So it's like, it looks totally stupid. So I reached out to the company, and they were like, okay, like I guilted them into like acknowledging that they fucked it up. So they're like, all right, we'll send you new ones, maybe like January or something. I'm like, what, January? I'm like, this is supposed to be like
You shrunk it. You know you shrunk it. Just admit that you shrunk it. I shrunk the
So
shirt.
I'm happy to say, because somebody asked last podcast and I said we would talk about it. We got all new stuff. It came in today.
Hey.
So everybody is going to get their special little holiday thank you, which I'm really excited about.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, it's going to cost us $500 in fucking stamps, but I'm really
Oh,
excited
come on.
that everybody is going to get a little something from us, and it'll be a nice little treat for Hanukkah / Christmas / Kwanzaa / Festivus.
Very nice.
Cuddles is
That'll be
here
nice.
because last episode we also talked about this Home Alone inflation bill. So some guy on TikTok put together what Kevin picked up from the grocery store when he was out. And if you don't remember, for those of you, TV dinner, a loaf of Wonder Bread he got, frozen mac and cheese, saran wrap, a half a gallon of milk, Tide laundry detergent, toilet paper, half a gallon of orange juice, a pack of Army Men, and dryer sheets. She rung up the bill. It came up to $20 or $19, whatever. He handed over $1 off coupon. $18.83 was the total he paid with $20. They say, due to inflation, what that would cost today was $63.73. You add tax to that. That's the thing. Cuddles loses her shit. People in the comments lose their shit. They're like, I think it's more than that. I don't know where this fucking guy lives who's tallying this up, but I think it's more than that. So Cuddles went.
They should have had to. It should have been Chicago, right? That's where they were.
Should have been Chicago, which I believe that's where this TikTok person, I'll get his name. I believe that's where he did the tally, in Chicago. But even somebody in our comments was like, I'm in fucking Chicago, and there's no way it costs that little. Jeffrey Lyons sack of shit on Twitter.
I feel like that sounds about right. Because what is that? What was that? 10 items, give or take.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, very good. $6 each, give or take. You know, that sounds about right. The most expensive thing on that list has to be what? The Tide.
Yep.
Oh, I feel like I'm on supermarket sweep.
Yeah. On like in Price is Right. Tide's got to be what? $7, $7 or $8.
What? Are you kidding? Frank,
How big was the Tide? How big was that?
You obviously, first of all, if you look at it, it's probably the 69 ounce.
Yeah, it is.
Is that what it was? I don't know how big the Tide was.
Yeah, if you hold it, it looks like the 69 ounce bottle.
Okay, so what is that? $12?
Try by me, it's $16.79.
Wow.
All right, that's a lot.
Okay.
Wait, you said
And if you get $16.79, and that is if you're not getting like the free and clear or any of those are more money.
No. You got to go with the one Kevin got.
That's Tide.
Yeah, the regular one.
Regular, all okay. 16.79 by me.
All right, so
Okay,
tied at 16. Now you said 69 ounces. Is that like the
Yes.
standard size, or is there?
Yeah, they make 3 different sizes.
What is that? A small, medium, or
That's
large?
like the medium. He did not get the small one. That is a medium one. That's a 69 ounce. There's a 92 ounce. That is the medium size one.
Okay. All right. So now Cuddles, I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I don't know what she's come up with. But Cuddles has done the research.
Mhm.
Okay.
She has confirmed that indeed the planet is not round. No. She has the number because she didn't believe that it was $63. So she has the number now. She's done the right, Cuddles. You've done the research.
Yes.
Wait.
Okay. Do you think it's more or less than what Jeffrey Lyons has come up with?
More.
I think it's more.
Yeah, that $16 tide is really pushing us to more,
That's-
isn't it?
Yeah. That's a bad start.
Wait.
Yeah.
Could you tell me the items again so I could just roughly do this in my head?
Yeah. Okay. I like this. We'll let J Sabs get a guesstimate in.
All right. So he had a 4-pack of toilet paper, which was Quilted Northern. That was the
Okay.
exact one. I went and watched the video again. Then a Wonder Bread. It was the big one, the larger one. The Reynolds wrap. It was 100 square feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. The Kraft mac and cheese was a frozen, which does not sell anymore. They don't sell the frozen Kraft mac and cheese. So you cannot do the box one because that's only $1.12. So I did some research and I did some digging, and that's $5.29. So
Well,
Kraft mac and
don't
cheese.
say the prices yet.
Well,
Don't
she
price
has-
it.
She has to tell us because that doesn't sell anymore.
Well, if you're trying to,
that's that's
okay. You found an equivalent or something or whatever happened.
yeah.
and-
I
Never.
was googling all this. Okay, so then the Tide was the 69 ounce. You can definitely tell from that.
Right.
The fabric softener,
Dryer
was
sheets.
the dryer sheets. Yeah, fabric softener, dryer sheets. That's what I said.
Sorry.
That doesn't look like a huge box. Maybe about 120 to 125 pack.
Okay.
A whole milk. It was a half a gallon.
Half a gallon.
Half a gallon. Tropicana OJ was a half a gallon. The Stouffer's frozen turkey dinner.
Wait, whole gallon or half a gallon? What'd you say? You said
Half
whole
gallon
gallon.
of OJ.
Is it a whole milk or half a milk?
It's a half a gallon
Of whole milk.
of
My
whole milk.
mind is blown.
It's a whole
Okay.
gallon of half milk.
Yeah.
Go first.
And then
Okay.
and then the package of toy soldiers.
Wait, did you do the TV dinner?
I just
Yes,
said
she said that.
Stouffer's frozen
Pay
turkey
attention.
dinner. What the
Did
fuck?
you do the?
Clean
Hold
your
on.
ears
Did
out.
you do the Wonder Bread?
I'm gonna
Yes,
kick his ass.
she
You
did.
pain in the ass. And it's a
Okay.
large one
Okay, just checking.
because there's
Make sure
two
we got all of
sizes
them.
of Wonder Bread.
Just checking them off the list. That's all.
Okay. So, all right. So we got 10 items. J Sabs, what's your guess?
Hold on a minute.
Again, it was 1983 and 1990.
So now, does the
And-
dollar off coupon have interest too, or now is it like
usually
a $5
still-
off coupon?
No, you do not get $5. Frank, do you
Yeah.
food shop at all?
No, I'm just saying the inflation has to apply to everything. No.
Yeah, but the discounts don't apply. You don't get $5 off anything.
Babe, he has
I know
a
that.
30-year-old credit card. It's
No, but what
his
I'm
credit
saying
card
is
expired 25 years
No,
ago.
that doesn't get it because they don't
The-
do they still don't do that.
no. But what I'm saying is the value of that dollar off is worth 5 times what it was.
Right. Frank is
Back
saying,
in
would
the-
that be a $5 off coupon today? Is
No.
that what you're saying?
Right, because it was $1 off back then. That was that's a huge discount. So today it would also have to be that like it was what 1/20th of the bill. back
Correct.
then. Now it would
Correct.
have to be the same 1/20th off of the bill.
Well, here's what again, because we know what inflation is. So $19.83 in 1990 today would be $46.68.
What?
Right.
So even though the bill is $63 today, according to Jeffrey Lyons, the
Mhm.
actual dollar value inflation, what $19 was then, 1983 was then, today is $46.68. So the prices of what this guy came up with is even more than just the rate of inflation and the value of the dollar.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Okay, and it also depends on where. It also depends on where you shop.
Well, I don't know the store. Do we know the store he was shopping in?
So no, I don't know. And it's very hard even by like us because you could go to like Target or you
Right.
could go to like
7-Eleven, or you can go to a bunch of different places.
I go to King Cullen because it's right here.
Right.
Oh, I hate King Cullen.
I love
Well,
King Cullen.
We
Do
go
you?
primarily because they're German and we're very anti-Semitic.
I love
nice.
King Cullen.
All right. So J Sabs has $72 in the chat.
Which again is one of my favorite J Sabs moves, to be in the chat, not on the show.
Okay, wait. So now food is in New York is food taxed
8%, sure.
8.87. It's 8.875. I know our tax, but I thought that they don't tax food. Well,
Yeah,
I thought if you just go out.
Is it not the regular sales
I don't
tax
think-
rate?
Hold on.
We're gonna have to look into this. All right, some guesses are coming in. TD Freelancer says $65 to $70. Bird is guessing 72. I believe Janine just copied her because she had her answer up first.
No.
Well, in New York City, food is exempt from sales tax.
Is it New York City or New York State? We don't live in New
I'm
York
looking.
City, Frank.
I know
Thanks.
that. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor Adams. Brian Sanders says $74. I believe he's just trying to outprice his right Bird there.
Yeah, we have pricing right. That's right.
New York tax law. It doesn't say city. It's so food and food products are exempt from sales tax under New York tax law.
Okay, so then just the toy. So this the tie. Well, see, some of the
Fabric
food
softener,
would
the
be
Tide,
the detergent,
the
the Reynolds
toy.
wrap,
and the Reynolds
the
wrap.
toilet paper.
Right.
Okay, so it
that
might
stuff
be
gets
actually like $1 or $2 less than what I have because I did the whole
You
bill
taxed the whole
times
thing.
it. But yeah, so only a little bit would come off.
Okay.
But do you have the individual prices or no?
Yes, I do have the individual prices.
All right. Do you want to go through those?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Here we go, Frank.
Ready?
I'm excited.
Go.
A 4-pack of toilet paper, quilted Northern. You could tell they were nice too. Is $6.98.
All right, I picked $8. Go ahead.
Okay, see, Janine. There are some toilet papers that are expensive. A large Wonder Bread is $3.99.
Pick $4. Knew
That's
it.
not terrible. That's not terrible.
Reynolds wrap, 100 square feet, $8.88.
$9. Damn, I'm
See, Janine.
good. Ready?
Okay,
We got it. Go ahead.
Kraft
did you
mac
look
and
this-
cheese.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Janine, did you look any of this up, or this is just
No, I
off
swear
of
to God.
experience?
I do the food shopping in my house, so
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, so Kraft mac and cheese, the comparable to what it was right now is $5.29.
Okay.
Tide laundry by me is $16.79.
Oh, I had $16.29.
That's almost the
Ooh,
whole-
You got a sale.
Just
I
the
know.
Tide alone.
That's why.
Just the Tide alone is almost the whole Home Alone bill.
Yeah. Laundry detergent's expensive.
Good
All
point,
right,
Frank.
Snuggle
Thank
fabric softener is $6.89 by me.
$6 on sale.
Janine? Yeah, exactly. A half gallon of whole milk by me is $3.19.
$3 I had. Okay.
See, a half gallon of Tropicana OJ, $5.29.
Ooh, so now I had $5 there.
Yeah, $5.29
Okay.
by me. The Stouffer's frozen turkey dinner is $5.79.
Ooh, $6.
See?
You got to go in prices right.
I know,
Okay,
right?
she's good. Okay, now the package of toy
Wait,
soldiers
hold on,
was a little
hold on,
harder.
hold on,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. Why is it that we default naturally to Stouffer's frozen turkey dinner?
It was Stouffer's. If you
Oh,
look at
was
the,
it?
if
Yeah,
you
that's what it
look,
was
you
in
see
the
the
show,
black
in the movie.
circle. You see the black circle and the writing. That's the Stouffer's symbol.
Yeah, I feel like that's the preeminent frozen dinner meal.
There's another one out there. I forget the name of it.
Christmas time. Christmas time is here.
All right, now the package of toy soldiers is hard. That's what she said. But I found them all over Walmart, everyone, but I got it off Amazon because that's where I'm getting mine from. And they were all really $9.99.
Okay, I had
Son of a
8.
It seems like a lot for little plastic men.
It's a bag. You don't live in reality. You don't.
he
you
doesn't.
don't know
There you
how
go.
much anything
There's your answer.
costs.
Well,
Okay.
you know what I was gonna say was that's almost cheating to go on Amazon because I feel like Amazon's gonna be less expensive than what you would pick up in a grocery store.
Yes, because when I have to get your kids shitty toys from the store to behave, it's like I have to spend $15 per kid. So I'm
Ah.
giving it $9.99 to be gracious, but it's probably a lot more at the King Colin when our
And it's
shitty
roughly
kids
the
were
same size bag as
Yes.
Kevin
Yeah,
got?
it wasn't a huge bag. He didn't get like this extra big. No,
All right.
yeah.
So what was the
Nine-
total?
It came to before tax 7308, and then if you tax it 8.875, which again, not everything's going to be taxed. It comes to like anywhere between 76 and 79, depending on how taxes.
All right, so the guy was $10 off. I don't think it's that crazy.
Yeah, okay.
What do you mean? Didn't he say it was 40 something dollars?
No, the
was
inflation
funny.
rate was $46. What
right,
he
right.
said you'd pay today is $63.
That's
Oh, I
bullshit.
see.
$43. That's what inflation.
And you did the prices in Chicago, right?
He did. I did mine in New York.
Ah, see, there's the difference.
Yeah, but isn't it Chicago expensive too?
I'm sure they're similar. Yeah, I'm sure they're
I would
similar,
say
but
New
I
York
feel
is
like
more.
suburbs of Chicago. I don't know. Maybe that, you got to look at what they would charge over there. I have no idea. But you're you're in the same neighborhood. You're in the same area, price wise.
They're right though, and it was more expensive than what that guy said.
I want to give this quiz to my husband because my husband has no clue how much anything costs, and I get yelled at constantly for going to the supermarket. And I'm like, then you could go, because let me tell you something, honey. You go and the bill is doubled. You know why? Because you don't know what to buy and what's on sale. Okay, so shut the fuck up. Sit the fuck down, go play your guitar, and let me go to ShopRite and get Dunkin' Donuts while I'm in there.
This is, I mean, we could
that's
agree.
just-
Women are infinitely better at this than men are.
Sorry,
I mean,
but I was good at this one. Okay.
it's
You
not
are.
even.
No,
you
I
were
was
good.
amazing at this one. Give
You
myself
guessed
a pat on the
74.
back.
That was good.
No, but
So,
I mean,
you know what?
Or
I mean,
72, whatever you said.
like grocery shopping in general. Like if you send a man and a woman into the store with a list of items, the man is most definitely going to pay more.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that, he is going to take at least 45 more minutes than the female.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would say he takes less time and just throws shit in his cart. 'Cause he's not
No.
spending time.
No, I
Anthony
think if you
takes
said
longer.
you got to
He's
get these
so
10
annoying.
items, it will take him longer than it will take.
I don't know.
See-
I don't. Gaetano's never actually.
The way I do the shopping is I go in and you have to pick the non-perishable things up first. Put those in the cart.
See, I go ice cream first. That's my
Ice cream. Everything frozen first.
Yeah, right. Melts all over the cart.
Drop some eggs in there.
Right.
I like it.
I put eggs
But-
under the milk because I find it stays better, fresher that way.
See, they don't put everything. They should have it all in order in the supermarket. They have the produce on one end and then the dairy all the way on the other. They should put all the perishable shit on one end so that you're getting it all at the end of your. You have to go back. I'm in there. I go from one. I'm constantly going back and forth. I get all my like cereal, and then I get the shit, whatever is not going to go bad in the cart, and then I got to run back and forth and get a million things.
Yeah.
Then the meat is in a whole different section.
Women
the
surgically
raw
go
stuff.
through the
Yeah.
thing. Men look like a child scribbling on a piece of paper. That's our
Yeah.
route.
Totally. That's
Yeah.
what I do.
I can diagram King Colin for you and tell you exactly where everything, like I can build it for you, like aisle by aisle, what shelf, what it's next to.
Yeah,
I
but
can do
listen.
exactly. You couldn't find that.
Here's my point.
For the life of you.
Here's my point. If you dropped a man and a woman into a supermarket that neither of them have ever been in before,
Mm-hmm.
the woman is still going to beat the man.
Yep. Sorry.
Every
Because
single time.
every supermarket is practically the same.
Tell that to Stu Leonard.
They are all the same, except that
Well,
one is fucked up in the head. Okay, that
win
one
for
makes
Ant.
me dizzy. Okay,
It's like IKEA. There's one way in, and you have to go through the whole store to get out.
yes, but they're all the same. Usually, the the cookies and all that are across from the baking stuff, and all the outer aisles are all like dairy, because they want you to shop at the outer. That's really where you're supposed to shop, like at the meat department, because that's protein, the dairy, the produce, they all
Yeah,
make
but they
a
should-
view. And then in the inner aisles aren't, like the juices are always across from the cereals. If you notice, there's always, and like there's an international aisle, and that one always has like, all like the rices and all that, and then the soups are across from it.
I'm telling you, they should rethink the layout of supermarkets. I think all the stuff that needs to be refrigerated should be in one spot. The meats, the dairy, and the frozen stuff, and the produce should all be in one end of the market, and everything else on the other end, so that you're not going all over the place every time. Because when I pick up my milk, now I have to go to the other end to get fruit, and then I got to go back to get meat, and because I want to get all that stuff at the end.
Do you think Mexican people, Latin American people are upset by, like, when we go in the international aisle, they have those, I don't know who makes them, but those tortilla shells that stand on their own? That's pretty insulting.
Is that insulting?
I think so.
Do anyone really use those?
Because they go through all this trouble to make fresh corn tortillas and shit like that, and here comes this just white American company like, these stand on their own. Look how convenient.
Well, I mean, there's going to be companies that even the ones that don't stand on their own are made by whoever.
Do you know what I saw the other day? They have one now, like they have like a burrito one now, where it has a bottom, so it's just a big cylinder with a bottom to it and an open top. So you just put your stupid ingredients inside.
You know what's going to happen? People are going to start fucking that. And by people, I mean you men.
Oh, boy.
I have a hard time buying something that should go bad after 4 days in an aisle that is meant for 6 months of, you know what I'm saying? Like, why? Who's buying these things and eating them with the amount of the first ingredient should be preservatives.
Preservatives, they're wrapped up. I don't know. It's a good question.
I don't know how they make that stuff, but I picture they open up a huge block of preservative and they slice a piece off and they flatten it and cook it.
Yeah, everybody just takes for granted that the stuff in cans, that's supposed to last years, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because it's in a can? What does that have? I mean, all right, it's not exposed to the elements, fine, but it's still food, right? It's still. I mean, okay, the air is not getting to it, but it's not in like a space fucking capsule. It's in a can. It should still, like, got a person in a coffin is still gonna, after a certain amount of time, gonna not look the same anymore. I feel like that what's in that can after a year should, I don't know what they're adding to these things.
Renee says lots of research on grocery store layouts set up to sell meat and perishables, so a person has to walk all through the store and grab items along the way. Is that why? Well, that makes sense, because the meat's always on the back wall and the dairy and shit's always on this big side wall in the back. And the entrance is always on the opposite side. That might be very true, Renee.
Yeah, no, I get that. But like if you're going up and down the aisles and you go down the aisle and you're at the meat section, I'm not going to pick up any meat there because I'm going to get it last. I don't want to see that yet. I'm not even thinking about that yet. And, I'm getting all the stuff that is not going to go bad in my cart. I'm not going to pick up raw chicken, put it in my cart, and then spend 45 minutes shopping.
But you have to walk through a bunch of stuff to get to the chicken. That's what they want you to buy.
I'm doing that already. I'm there picking up all that shit, and then I want to get the chicken.
Of course you are, because you're a big dumb man. That's why you're doing that stuff already. So. Should we push slang terms now? I feel like
whatever you want to do.
Nah, we've done.
It's late.
90 minutes. I feel like that's a Friday topic now.
That's Friday. That sounds like a Friday thing. We pushed it two times. This was supposed to be last Friday's show.
Yeah, that's not the record. I'm pretty sure we've
pushed stuff off.
I think we're still pushing some things.
There's stuff we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
How's that COVID? I don't think we talked about COVID yet.
Yeah, that's true.
What about COVID?
No,
Something.
God.
I don't know.
Don't get us started.
Here, Trump might get elected.
That's all I got. Is there anything? Oh, you know what else we have to tease again? The J Sab's cousin update. Can't do that now.
Oh,
But
damn.
Ooh.
we do have to get to that.
It's very actually, Dominica. I'm gonna text you.
No, nobody could know it.
No, I want her to
no.
know.
No.
That's not
All
fair.
right, whatever. I don't care.
Oh wait, I just realized I don't
Cuddles,
care. You know, okay. Can I tell you something quickly?
No.
I was looking the other day. I was doing some stuff around the house. I'm looking to just put something on the iPad to have.
That's
I
a
come-
lie.
I come across this Spotify mini series on Netflix. I don't know what it's called, but if anybody's interested in watching it, but they made it in Sweden, I think, or wherever the fuck the guy is from, somewhere around Sweden. So everything is overdubbed, which messed me up at the beginning because I'm like, wait, the voices are off, and then I realized, oh, this was originally done in another language. But anyway, I'm getting into. I watched the first episode and I'm like, not like a half hour in. I'm like, oh, this is not too bad because I'm doing stuff. So I'm like, this is great. I watched 3 episodes, and it's interesting because they tell you the story every time, but every time it's from a different person's perspective.
So it's the same 30 minutes, but from a different point of view.
Yeah, but it's like more like 45 to an hour, some of the episodes. But it's from their different, so you're getting different tidbits. And I'm like, oh, this is your second episode. By the time the 3rd episode finished, I'm like, all right, I don't care anymore. Like, I can't care.
I already
anymore.
saw this twice, and I'm done.
I didn't finish it. And I'm like, I'm never going to go. Because it's interesting. They come up with the inventor. Then it's the investor, the first guy who invested. Then it's the lawyer and how she swung the legality of it all. And then after that, it got up to the engineer, the guy who like wrote the code. And that was when I was like, I cannot sit through this guy's story. I don't care.
Yeah,
You
there
know?
was a movie like that. I think it was called Vantage Point or something. Came out maybe 10, 12 years ago. I don't know, but it was like an assassination, and it was like an hour and a half movie, and it gave the point of view of every, like the assassin, the security guards, the cop. You know, it was the same 15 minutes over and over and over again until the last 15 minutes revealed some
The whole
bullshit
thing?
yeah.
Was it worth it?
It was. The idea sounded great. It just after like the 4th time watching the same scenario, you're like, I can't.
Cuddles and we watched, because when my parents come for Christmas, it's always very awkward. We have to find something to watch together because our tastes are completely different. Like Cuddles and I like watching like stories and movies and things, and my parents like watching MSNBC. So we have to find like common ground. We watched this show. I don't even remember what streaming service it was on, but it was like 10 episodes. And the hook of it was, it didn't matter what order you watched the 10 episodes in. Like, it all made sense. You could just watch.
What is this?
It came out, was it last year? Do you remember this, D?
I remember. I don't remember what the name is, but
I think, I don't know if we watched 2 episodes. It was 1 or 2. And then the next night
who was in it?
Yeah, we were like, you want to watch this again? And everybody was like, nah, not really. We don't want to do this again. Because I remember we looked online. Every episode was named like yellow, pink, white, blue. They were all named after a color. And there was like a thing online where it was like, watch it in this order. This is the best order. Even though it wasn't in the order that Netflix put it in or Amazon or whoever. They were like, watch it in this order. So we started it and then just did not finish it.
Just abandoned ship.
Just abandoned it. Yeah.
There are things like that Aaron, we'll look at each other and we're like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. And then we're just out. And like,
You're out. What was the last thing that you abandoned?
We watched, remember The Good Place? Ted Danson and
Chris,
the
one from Frozen.
Yeah. Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell, yes.
We watched a season and a half of that. And I think there's a few, maybe 3 seasons or 4. I don't remember how many seasons, but we got to the middle of the 2nd season. And we were like, I get it. I can't. It was just stuck, and I was like, I can't sit through this anymore. It was good up until that point, and then it just dragged. And I was like, okay, I'm out. I can't. We just stopped. We just jumped ship.
We bailed on Orange is the New Black. We never finished that show.
It's a predictable ending, I guess. Nothing.
And I bailed on Dexter in like season 2 or 3, and then it went on for like 4 more seasons or something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8 seasons, that show. And then they did another season like 10 years later.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did a final Dexter season.
I missed out. You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Should I get back in on it? That
Enjoyed it.
or Stranger Than Fiction, which I have to still watch.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Stranger Things.
Dexter, we enjoyed. You know, each season is a different. He's following a different major killer, you know, kind of thing. Did you see the season with John Lithgow?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then keep going with Dexter. That's the best season.
Yeah.
He's great. He's insane, and it's crazy, and it's fucked up. But that's probably the best season. But that whole series, I think, was good. Stranger Things was really good. They still have one more season to go. There's only 5 seasons.
Oh, what are you doing, man? Why?
That's popular. That's common knowledge. It's
I've
4
avoided it.
seasons in.
I didn't
What are
know.
you talking about? You didn't know there were 4 seasons?
No.
And now there's a 5th one coming in?
No. Nope. Didn't know that we're gonna end it on 5.
Well, everybody knows that. The final they know that. You know that. Everybody knows that.
Still, I like to go in cold.
Doesn't affect the story.
Cuddles bailed. She pulled the J-Sabs, but I was just gonna say, I bring 99% of the streaming suggestions to the table.
Yeah, Aaron and I guess we're close to 50-50. If not, Aaron probably brings a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so rare that Cuddles is like, we have to watch. I can't remember the last thing she was like, we have to watch this. It's always, oh, I heard this might be good. Do you want to watch it? And she's like, yeah.
Aaron brought the last one up, I think, and it was what the hell was the name of it? It was The Haunting of some kind of thing. What the hell was it? There's a group of actors that star in the same thing. You know, it's like this show has the same. It's 10 episodes, and it's the same group of actors. Then they do a different story, and it's like the same group of actors playing different roles.
American Horror Story?
No, it's I see what you mean, but it's not that. It's kind of like that. But what the hell was it called? It's on Netflix, and I forget what it's called. There was one that has to do with Edgar Allan Poe. It was good. We watched them, and they were good. One was the Haunting of something or other, and there's 3 different seasons of this, and they're considered like 3 different television shows, but they're the same actors in each one, and they're all very good. I'll get you the name. I can't remember it.
I feel like we should leave on that cliffhanger.
The Haunting of Hill House, I think it's called. Is one of them.
I don't know. People can have to tune in on Friday to find out.
I'm sorry. That was supposed to be a cliffhanger. But there's 2 others, and they're all good.
All right. Good to know.
Enjoy.
20% off the merch store, Frankie C, with the promo code Old Men. By the way, if you want a good Christmas gift, Hanukkah gift, which is Friday.
Is it?
For the person in your life, Aaron C wrote a novel. It's called Oval. The link in the description.
Great book
below for this episode.
Great book. Oval, the novel.
Gotta move
Gotta
move some novels for Christmas time. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great read, great book. You will not regret it. Enjoy it. It's fiction. Aaron put a lot into it, and it's worth your read.
It's stranger than fiction.
Shut up. Oval, a novel.
Oval, a novel. Link in the description below. Order that for the holiday season. It'll be lovely. That's it. Friday show. We'll see you guys all then. Appreciate all the comments and love. To the 20-month members, oh my goodness, thank you so much.
Show me potato salad.
Maybe we should go now.
Go ahead.